Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. This is part of a video series on an IC engine model. The goal of this video is to explain the topology building process for an open source model called TCC3 engine. In this video, we will be focusing on the topology building steps for the intake valve region. This includes the intake valve, cylinder head and the piston bowl. To start with, let's import the STL file of the engine model which was triangulated in CADFix. In the import process, the STL file is converted to native TRIA format and loaded into the GUI. Since the entire model is represented as a single surface, the geometry has to be split into segments to capture the sharp concave features. The split surface option can be used to split the surface. The feature angle option automatically traces all the geometric features in the model and splits them into individual pieces. Now the surfaces are ready for the topology building process. The blocking process can be done with these 4 major steps. 1. Create a 2D profile. 2. Revolve the 2D profile to 360 degrees to form blocks around the valve. 3. Extrude the topology in all directions to address half of the cylinder head. Finally, extend it to the piston bowl. To start with, I have displaced the valve by 2 mm so that we have enough space to build the blocks between the valve seat and the cylinder head. I am creating 2 blocks in the valve gap, which is the minimum requirement to address the volume between 2 surfaces, which needs an OH grid. It is then extended to the cylinder and the piston. With this, we have created the 2D profile. The next step is to revolve it to form 3D blocks. To revolve, we need to group the faces in different corner groups. First, all the faces are grouped to C1. Second, the edges below the valve are grouped to C2. This corner group will be used to create core blocks below the valve. Third, the edges near the cylinder are grouped, which are the outermost layer of the topology. Once revolved, we can use this corner group for further block construction. The circular with core under copy plus rotate button helps in rotating these 2D faces to 3D blocks and also build the blocking at the core region. For detailed information on the circular with core option, refer the video link given in the description. Now that we have created the blocking around the valve, the next step is to extend the faces in all directions to create blocks for the rest of the cylinder head region. First, I am extending the faces to the symmetry plane, that is EV-IV interface. Next, the faces on the top and bottom are extended to the cylinder. The next step is to create an O-grid structure for the cylinder. In order to do that, I am grouping the faces which define the cylinder and wrapping it to create the O-grid block structure. Then we need to create faces for the piston bottom surface. To do that, I am grouping the 2 outermost layer of faces and copying it to the piston bottom. Similar to the cylinder, the faces defining the piston bowl are grouped and wrapped to form O-grid block structure. With this, we are done with the blocking for the cylinder head and piston bowl. In the next step, we will be grouping and associating the faces to its respective surfaces, starting with surface ID 0. Now that we have associated all the required surfaces, let's check the validity of the topology. The topology has quality issues which can be resolved using an internal surface. I have already created the internal surface, which will be explained in a separate video. For now, I am loading the necessary surface and changing the orientation of the surface to two-sided, since we need grid on either side of the surface. Next, I am associating the corresponding faces to the internal surface and wrapping it internally. The validity check reports that the topology is good for grid generation. Before we start the grid generator, it's a good practice to balance the cell density on the block edges. It can be done in two ways. 1. By increasing or decreasing the density. 2. By splitting the existing blocks. Here I choose to do a combination of both. The mesh preview gives us a cell view based on the edge densities. I am modifying each edge group to have a smooth transition of cells across the edges. This is a modification based on visual perception. The grid generator takes this as an initial condition and repositions them to provide a smooth grid. Let's start the grid generation process. It has run for about 6000 sweeps. I am loading the grid into the UI using the load button from the grid tab. Overall, the grid looks good visually. Let's check the quality parameters. The skewness is also within the acceptable value. In case if the grid is not converging, I would suggest you to reposition the corners in the region where you have issues and run the grid generation process again. This brings us to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or you want us to post any specific tutorials, please leave your comments below or write to us on Twitter. The social media links can be found in the description. Do subscribe to the channel to get updates on new videos.